Good morning, gentlemen. How's everyone this morning? Thank you so much for braving the great blizzard of 2014. I certainly appreciate it. You are to be commended for your dedication and commitment to your education here. And even though the college has decided that classes are to be canceled, you braved the snow, you braved the elements to come here to class. I'm deeply moved, deeply touched, and very, very grateful. And I don't want to waste your time. I want to get right into it. As you remember, gentlemen, in class on Tuesday, we looked at the path for independence for Spanish Latin America. It's a very strange path, a somewhat tortuous path. There are a number of different elements that all contribute to Spanish independence. We have classical liberals on the one hand. On one side, we've got conservative royalists on the other. Both of them agitating for independence for the Spanish colonies there for very, very different reasons. In politics makes strange bedfellows. That's probably the best way that I can describe it. And so we have folks like Bolivar on the one hand, Hidalgo on the other, Iturbide yet on the other, and it's really very much a strange mix. Today, what I want to talk about is the path for independence, not of Spanish Latin America, but of Portuguese Latin America, that is Brazil. As we will see, a very, very different sort of process. It begins, as we'll also see, from the same sort of inspiration that is Napoleon running rampant over the continent of Europe. But the way, the path for Brazilian independence is very, very different from that of Spanish Latin America, with very, very different consequences. Before we get into that, let me go ahead and take the roll, and then we'll dive right in. Mr. Ashworth didn't make it this morning. Mr. Bradley, not today. Chipper missed on Tuesday. Anybody seen Chipper around? Is he okay? Is he under the weather? No one knows? All right. Ferran. Mr. Lacey. Maybe we ought to give Mr. Lacey a few more minutes. We'll put him at the bottom of the roster, see if he comes in by the time we're done. Mr. Lung? Not this morning. Mahaney? No. Mr. Pryor? No, he's usually right up front. Not today, Mr. Pryor. Rhea? Dreaming of Puerto Rico, no doubt. Mr. Stum? Not today. Mr. Watson? And Williams? No one seen Williams? All right, and let's see. Mr. Lacey hasn't returned, hasn't popped in the door as we're going through the roster, so no luck. All right, then let's begin. Let me talk about the path for independence for Brazil, and as I mentioned already in my opening remarks, it really does begin with the same sort of inspiration as that of Spanish Latin America, and that is the invasion of Europe by Napoleon. Now, Napoleon invades Spain and displaces the Spanish King Charles, who's a rather ineffectual king,